High above the Cambodian plains, perched on a sheer cliff where earth seems to meet the sky, stands a temple carved not just from stone, but from the very dreams of a civilization. This is Preah Vihear, a monument that has gazed out over the horizon for nearly 1,000 years. Its walls bear the scars of time, yet still hold the whispers of priests and pilgrims who once climbed here seeking the favor of the gods. To stand here is to feel the breath of history on your neck, the wind carrying the scent of jungle and the weight of memory. But Preah Vihear is more than a sacred site. It is a battleground without trenches, a cliff where faith meets politics and beauty is shadowed by conflict. For over a century, this temple has been at the heart of a bitter struggle between two nations, Siam, now Thailand, and Cambodia. And to understand why, we must follow a story that twists and turns like the mountain path to the temple gates, a story of kingdoms, colonizers, maps, pride, and persistence.
The origins of Preah Vihear stretch back to the glory days of the Khmer Empire, a time when stone was shaped into scripture and architecture became an offering to the divine. In the 9th century, as the empire expanded across what is now Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam, its rulers sought to immortalize their reign not with fortresses, but with temples. These were not just places of worship. They were cosmic maps, miniature universes designed to mirror the home of the gods. Preah Vihear was dedicated to Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction and transformation, a fitting deity for a temple poised on the edge of a precipice. Every terrace symbolized a step closer to the heavens, every doorway a portal from the mortal realm to the divine. To reach it, pilgrims climbed steep stairways cut into the mountain, their eyes on the stone towers that seemed to pierce the clouds. The temple's builders did not choose this location for convenience. They chose it for power, both spiritual and strategic. From here, one could see for miles across the Cambodian plains, watch over the trade routes, and command the mountain pass below.
But kingdoms rise and fall, and the Khmer Empire was no exception. As the centuries passed, the power of Angkor waned. In its place rose new forces, among them the Kingdom of Ayutthaya, the ancestor of modern Siam. Wars flared across the region like brush fires. Armies advanced, then retreated. Territory shifted hands in the span of a single reign. Back then, borders were not the neat lines we see on maps today. They were fluid, zones of influence that ebbed and flowed like tides. A temple could be under Khmer authority one generation and Siamese control the next. Preah Vihear, with its commanding position, inevitably found itself claimed by both crowns. For Cambodians, it was a jewel of their ancestors, a sacred inheritance from the time of Angkor. For Siam, it was a valuable fortress on the edge of their expanding realm. The arrival of European colonial powers in the 19th century changed the game entirely. In 1863, Cambodia became a French protectorate. The French sought to secure Cambodia's borders against Siam, which had long exerted influence over Cambodian lands. In 1904, and again in 1907, Siam and France signed treaties to define the frontier along the Dangrek Mountains. It was supposed to be simple. The border would follow the watershed, the natural ridge where rainwater flows in opposite directions. But in the maps that followed, something unexpected happened. A French-drawn map placed Preah Vihear not on the Siamese side of the ridge, but on the Cambodian side. Siamese officials received the map, did not raise objections, and the matter seemed settled, at least for the time being. But as history often teaches, silence can be temporary, and a map
is only as strong as the political winds that protect it. The Second World War reshaped Southeast Asia, and the years that followed brought the collapse of colonial empires. In 1954, as French forces withdrew from Indochina, Thai troops moved into Preah Vihear. To many in Thailand, this was a rightful reclamation of a sacred site. To Cambodians, it was the theft of a national treasure at the moment of their independence. The temple's ancient stones became more than just heritage. They became a rallying cry, a symbol of national identity. In the streets of Phnom Penh, voices rose in protest. Across the border, Thai newspapers defended the move. What might have been resolved quietly decades earlier now stood at the center of an international dispute. In 1959, Cambodia took the matter to the International Court of Justice in The Hague. It was an extraordinary step, carrying a centuries-old temple dispute to the highest legal stage in the world. Lawyers for Cambodia argued that Thailand had accepted the French map decades earlier and could not now claim otherwise. Thailand countered that the map was flawed and the true watershed placed the temple on their side. For 3 years, evidence was presented, history dissected, and treaties examined. Finally, in 1962, the judges delivered their decision. By 9 votes to 3, the court ruled that Preah Vihear belonged to Cambodia, and Thailand must withdraw its forces. It was a legal victory for Phnom Penh, but in Bangkok, the verdict was met with anger and sorrow. Like a wound that heals on the surface but aches beneath, the ruling did not erase the resentment.
In the decades that followed, Preah Vihear stood in uneasy silence. The temple was remote, reachable only by rugged paths, and few came to see it. On both sides of the border, soldiers kept watch. There were no battles, yet the air was thick with unspoken mistrust. The temple had been awarded to Cambodia, but in the hearts of many Thais, the story was far from over.
In 2008, Cambodia applied to have Preah Vihear listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The move was meant to celebrate the temple's universal cultural value, but it reignited old tensions. Many in Thailand saw the listing as an insult, even a challenge. Nationalist groups staged protests. Politicians used the dispute to rally support. Soon, the arguments turned violent. From 2008 to 2011, the temple's ancient stones once again became witnesses to conflict. Gunfire cracked the mountain air. Shells exploded near the walls that had stood for centuries. Soldiers fell. Civilians fled. The temple, meant to honor the divine, found itself once more at the mercy of human pride and politics.
In 2013, Cambodia returned to the International Court seeking clarification of the 1962 ruling. The question was no longer just the temple itself, but the surrounding promontory, the cliffland that gave it access and protection. Once again, the judges deliberated, and once again, they ruled in Cambodia's favor. The temple and the land around it lay within Cambodian sovereignty. This time, Thailand accepted the decision, though the feelings of loss lingered. Yet with the ruling came a new opportunity, the chance to replace rivalry with cooperation.
From its lofty perch, Preah Vihear has watched kingdoms rise and crumble, seen borders dissolve and reappear. The temple is older than the flags that claim it, older than the maps that divide it. Perhaps the lesson it offers is simple. What truly endures is not possession, but preservation. One day, the sacred steps may be climbed by pilgrims and tourists from both nations, not as visitors from opposing sides, but as guests of a shared heritage. For in the shadow of the Dangrek Mountains, the stones whisper the same truth they have for centuries, that beauty belongs not to one, but to all who honor it.